This is a tutorial for the Michelson Morley interferometer. And when you load it up, you can see their Michelson Morley setup of in this case I used a laser, but the laser coming in and hitting the half silvered mirror, and one of them goes up and hits this mirror and comes back, and one of them hits the mirror that's parallel and comes back and reflects, and then they meet on the screen here. So that's what you're looking at. And you can see I made this weird animation of green circles representing the ether wind in this case, blowing to the left. So these are the oh, by the way, there's a red button. If you want everything to be red, you can do that, but I kind of like to make it in different colors. So the expected version of this goes, of course, that the laser coming out of the original light coming out of the laser is going against the ether wind. So it's got a compressed wavelength here, and then some of it will bounce up that way and hit off this mirror. Some of it will pass through. Notice after they bounce off that mirror, they'll have that extended wavelength because they're now moving with the ether. Regardless, the two waves will meet on the screen here. And in this orientation, they're not quite in phase. But as you rotate it, sometimes they'll meet in phase, so we'll get like a bright red screen. And sometimes they'll meet out of phase, so you'll get your no light at all. And so you can show the kids that because of the different relative orientations of the beams in comparison to the ether wind, sometimes you'll get constructive interference at the screen, and sometimes you'll get destructive. So you can rotate it around. That is, of course, the expected results. And then if you click on actual results, it just does nothing. And so the wavelength is exactly the same for all components of this laser. And the interference, the brightness on the screen never changes regardless of the orientation. If you want to, you can also play around with the wavelength. It doesn't really change the operations of the simulation, but it's an option I added. I hope you find that helpful.